Welcome to Breaking News. Wahala. The news is right here in Mississippi, or right there in Mississippi. The police were called to a crime scene where Carlos, a nurse, was murdered by his ex-boyfriend.
I would rather him shoot me, beat me with an axe. Not my baby. Not him.
Ashla Hudson, the mother of Carlos, says her son was killed by
Marcus Johnson, an ex-boyfriend of his, and who Carlos had restraining order on.
Hudson says Johnson
Followed my son to M-Bar.
and Marcus was sitting in a booth behind him. Hudson says Carlos filed a restraining order against Johnson, and some of her family members asked Marcus to leave that evening.
That's when security was alerted.
With me to report on this said news and allegation is Mr. Kelechi, founder and co-founder of Kuru Talk. Mr. Kelechi, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you very much. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you very much. This is one opportunity for you to click the subscribe button. We give you the best in LGBTQ media and news. Please, if you haven't subscribed, kindly click the subscribe button here on the right corner of your screen. And we'll be right back.
Couldn't do anything because they didn't actively have the restraining order there. So, leading up to this morning, I feel if they had arrested him Saturday night, my son still would be alive.
I'm here with Carlos Collins' family as they are grieving.
Lord, help me! Somebody turn him in, Lord! Turn him in!
Collins' aunt, Glory Jean Hudson, says her nephew came to see her last Thursday.
And he said, Auntie, I bought your steak. I bought this. I said, well, Carlos, I got your blueberry pie. Take it home, put half in the refrigerator, and eat the other. But I didn't know that be the last time I see my nephew.
In Yazoo City,
Police, I want you to find Marcus for killing my uncle at night.
Carlos, a nurse, a 25 years old black nurse, was killed by his ex-boyfriend, Marcus Johnson, who happens to be an ex-police officer in Mississippi. Mr. Kelechi, when you saw that video of this incident, what was the first thing that came to your mind?
First thing that came to my mind was what the system needs to do better to protect people. System has to step in to protect people because we can never tell how much an ex-lover will go. Because like I always say, so much love can turn to so much hate. You're thinking of a lie. I don't know why, but it's always proof from time immemorial that so much love becomes so much hate in short little time, and you see the ones that you love want to even see you end your life, kill you in the most despicable way, and just cut short your glory. It has happened all over, and it's continued to, even not even ex-lovers, current lovers have cut short the glory of the life of so many people.
We remember one news of a YouTuber, a popular YouTuber that was murdered by his boyfriend over a video game. Do you remember that story?
Yeah.
We're celebrating the life and times of Roy Wilson, while also touching on the story of him being murdered by his 10-year relationship boyfriend, who is Dequan Jova Watkins. Now, Roy was 29 years old, while Dequan was 31 years old. Now, according to what happened, from what we found out that Dequan murdered Roy, his lover, after, because of a video game fight. They had a fight based on a video game, and he got angry and strangled him. According to that was police report, but allegedly the case is still being investigated. But the police is saying that's what happened.
Yeah, I remember that story too. That was quite sad, and it was quite a very good YouTuber that had done some media projects for some of the biggest people. I think even Janet Jackson and a few other people. It's been someone that was known for some of his good content. I also know it. I'm trying to remember his name, but I can't. So he's done some really, really good content, very strong in the American space. But his life has been cut short. It comes across, it's not even a LGBTQI thing, cut across all woman this thing. Austin, the lady, Austin Achi, the popular gospel singer. Obviously, her husband was the one who cut short her life. Due to domestic abuse, and you'll be surprised that people who were workers in church workers from a Christian background, yet her glory was short before the eyes of everybody. She was killed. It was due to domestic violence. So I always tell people as lovers that the law must be there. I know it's been strong in some places. I could say it's strong in a few places, but it's not very, very strong enough. Because I remember even various apps to have complained on it. There was a time we had to do a town hall meeting in Clubhouse where somebody was stalking a particular lady, met the lady at, also she was married, obviously, but they met due to us, were just hanging out and chilling out, had a good time, just hanging out. She was like just hanging out as friends, but this person continued to stalk her, check her house, choke to her until finally he murdered her. I think murdered the husband and a few other people, and that was it. It's something that the police needs to step up. It security must be tight, and I always tell people to, if you see something or feel in any type of way, say something. Don't wait, because you might just keep it, and I'm not sure there was a restraining.
No. In this story, there was a restraining order. Jackson had a restraining order against his ex-boyfriend, but it's just that he happens to put a restraining order in another province. So when he went home, that restraining order, according to the police, was not valued where he was at that time. So that was why they weren't able to arrest him in that said state. So you could see how far he went to stalking his ex-lover, even to another state, just to carry out his gruesome act.
That's why I said Chimezin, just landing it for me is quite pathetic, and it just shows the level, because I've seen many cases, different cases of stalking, different cases of people being hurt. Because I tell you again, if what's the word, if somebody says no, or it doesn't work out anymore, it doesn't warrant you to take people's life. You can be in actual relationships, be in good friendships, and it doesn't work out, and people also keep it moving. It has happened to you, Chimeze. It has happened to me too. It's going to happen to so many people. Generations unborn will still come and face this thing, where you invest your all in friendships, in relationships, in even family issues. But now let's zone it on relationships. In relationships, it does not. You don't gain anything from it. It doesn't warrant you taking people's life.
Welcome to Breaking News Wahala.
It is just less than a week.
A recap of the news. Collins, a 25-year-old black nurse, was murdered by his ex-boyfriend, Marcus Johnson, right there in Mississippi in the United States. This is a time for us to check our lovers. Before you get into a relationship, there are always red flags. And those red flags, you need to ask, how did your past relationship end? I know it's a hard thing to ask, but you need to know how the subsequent relationship has been. You need to also know what this person is able to do. You need to know when this person is angry. Well, how does this person react? I have a situation where I know someone who his ex, he had to go the length of going to do voodoo just to tie down this person. And at the same time, I'm being cautious in that relationship to make sure, okay, this is how this previous relationship is. What do I expect now in this current relationship? Sometimes we are blinded by the love per se in a relationship. But the question is, when the love is no longer there, how do you react? Do you still care? Do you still respect? In a relationship where there is no respect from day one, forget it. Once the love ends, there will not be any respect. So I think we should take safety. Safety should be our number one priority. We should do everything on our own end to, one, protect and defend ourselves. The good thing about this story is that he reported to the police and had a restraining order. But this goes back to the system. When will the system truly protect us as queer people? When will the system truly protect us as, black queer persons? It's one thing to be black, it's another thing to, excuse me, it's one thing to be black, it's another thing to be gay, and to be a black queer gay person living in America. And again, I remain Chimereze Henry Ahonaya, and this has been Breaking News Wahala. Q Talk remains a non-for-profit organization leaving no stone unturned and fighting against all injustice. Stay tuned.